Now, what are the causes of hyperpigmentation? The most common cause in our Indian skin types and the Indian climatic conditions dermatological conditions like inflammatory skin conditions like lichen planus, atopic dermatitis, which can also cause a blotchy pigmentation, which is bluish gray in color on the face, neck, and the ears. The probable cause could be everybody wants a glowing and healthy skin, right? But what's stopping you from having that? Pigmentation? Let's look into the different types of pigmentation, the causes of pigmentation, and how to treat pigmentation. Namaste everyone. I am Dr. Urmila Nischal, consultant dermatologist at Nirmal Skin and Hair Clinic, Vijayanagar, Bengaluru. What is pigmentation? Now, pigmentation is any change in the color of the skin as regards to your normal skin color. It could be darker, then we call it as hyperpigmentation. So what are the causes of hyperpigmentation? The most common cause in our Indian skin types and the Indian climatic conditions is sun exposure, which we call as tanning. Then there would be certain medications like painkillers or anti-malarials like chloroquine, and drugs like HCQS, which are used mainly by rheumatologists, can cause pigmentation on the skin. Any inflammation, for example, if there is any redness on the skin, maybe it because of sun allergy or pimples or some scratch or mark on your face, it can heal with hyperpigmentation. The skin on that particular area can become darker. Then there could be hormonal causes, or basically like melasma, it could be hormonal. And people who are taking hormonal tablets like the oral contraceptive pills can also have pigmentation on the face. Hormonal pigmentation, which can happen like in pregnancy, during the menopause, or people who are taking hormonal tablets like oral contraceptive pills, can also have pigmentation on the face, mainly the cheeks, the nose, which we call as melasma. Lately in our country, the most common cause of ashy grey pigmentation on the face, neck, and the ears is hair dye application. Hair dye application is so rampant everywhere that it is giving rise to this pigmented contact dermatitis, where the skin tends to become almost greyish to jet black in color, and it happens not immediately after one hair dye application, but over a period of time. You would have applied it for years together, and later on it manifests as pigmented contact dermatitis. Excessive use of cosmetics can also cause hyperpigmentation on the face. Yes. There are certain dermatological conditions like inflammatory skin conditions like lichen planus, atopic dermatitis, which can also cause pigmentation. So in these cases, the pigmentation is not restricted to face but can occur on the body also. Then there would be hyperpigmentation on the body folds like the neck, around the eyes, the underarms, inner thighs, and this is because of metabolic conditions like insulin resistance, and it's called as acanthosis nigricans. Now let's see if we can map the pigmentation and see what can be the probable cause to it. Blotchy pigmentation, which is bluish gray in color on the face, neck, and the ears. The probable cause could be lichen planus pigmentosis or hair dye application. Pigmentation, which is seen in the nasal folds or around the mouth, can be because of seborrheic dermatitis. Dark brown patchy pigmentation on the nose, on the cheeks can be melasma. Photosensitive conditions can cause pigmentation on the cheeks because they are the areas which are most commonly exposed to the sun. If you have dark brown, slightly elevated skin colored patches, it could be solar lentigo, commonly seen in people with high amount of sun exposure and also in fair skinned people. If the pigmentation is around the sides of the forehead, then it could be frictional melanosis caused by repeated rubbing of the forehead to wipe off the sweat or just as a habit. Pigmentation and thickened skin around the neck, around the eyes, and underarms could be acanthosis nigricans. If you have pigmentation on the outer sides of the arms and the upper back in a beaded pattern where you have tiny dots of pigmentation with normal skin in between, it's called as macular amyloidosis. And it's because of constant rubbing and scrubbing of the skin while taking bath and sun exposure. The inflammatory conditions like atopic dermatitis and all, we can see pigmentation like all over the back, or sometimes on the hands and the feet, and we call this as post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So as you can see, there are lots and lots of causes of hyperpigmentation. So you need to consult a dermatologist, get yourself examined and try to find out what is the cause and treat it accordingly. The most common pigmentation in females is melasma. How it is different from routine hyperpigmentation? Melasma is very specific. It occurs in a particular age group. It's not seen in young girls. It is basically around the pregnancy time, or people in their 20s or 30s who are taking oral contraceptive pills, who stay in high altitude, especially the northern eastern parts of India. So there, melasma is seen quite frequently. It is dark brown pigmentation, patchy or sometimes spots which come together to form patches on the cheeks, nose. It can also be seen on the upper lip, above the eyebrows, sides of the jaw. So this is different from other pigmentation because it can be hormonal, genetic, whatever may be the cause, it will get increased on sun exposure and also with the infrared light and visible light. So visible light is the light we all are exposed to. So melasma can be increased by visible light and infrared, right? And treatment of melasma is quite difficult as compared to any of the other hyperpigmentations. Now, how do we treat hyperpigmentation? First, find out the cause and try to get rid of the cause. So if it is because of sun allergy, use oral sunscreens and mineral-based sunscreens when you are outside, especially long hours outdoor works, and take protection like physical measures, cap, hat, glares, right? Then you can have a gentle cleanser added with a brightening serum either in the morning followed by a sunscreen, or you can keep the actives towards your evening routine. What active should you look for? You can have actives like azelaic acid, tranexamic acid, alpha-arbutin, 4-butyl resorcinol. So these are the ones which work very well with pigmentation. Oral sunscreens form a very important role when we are treating pigmentation, especially hyperpigmentation, because they are oral antioxidants and they reduce the stress, they reduce the reactive oxygen species, preventing further pigmentation and also help in lightening the existing pigmentation. You can take supplements like oral glutathione along with oral liposomal vitamin C. This also helps in preventing formation of darker melanin. It's not going to help to treat the existing hyperpigmentation, but being a great antioxidant and the new melanin which is going to be formed is lighter. We can see results with oral glutathione and oral liposomal vitamins. At home care includes all the actives which I just mentioned. Now in clinic treatment, if the skin is not sensitive, then you can go ahead with in clinic chemical peels, exfoliating chemical peels. So this helps to remove the superficial layers of the skin and the pigment which is associated in those layers. Then we have laser toning. So laser toning is one of the best way to get rid of the pigmentation. So here, where the creams and the peels do not reach, the laser light reaches. So laser light can go up to the dermis and it helps in reducing the pigmentation. So for superficial as well as deeper pigmentation, laser toning is a very good solution. It can be done either with a Q-switched Nd:YAG laser or a Pico laser. So what happens is the laser breaks down the melanin pigment into tiny particles, and the skin's cells, the scavenger cells which we call as macrophages, engulf or eat the pigment and clear it, thereby making the skin lighter and bright. So when you are worried about the pigmentation, first find out the cause of the pigmentation and use a tailor-made approach to treat your pigmentation. Is any kind of pigmentation bothering you? Then please comment below and I'll help you out.